Okay, I'm going to believe it this time that we are live. Thank you guys for being here in the chat. I'm going to mute my microphone because I think I've done it this time. There's no echo. It says I'm 31 seconds live. Okay, you guys, this is a really surprise show. I had planned to do this because of some harassment, and then a channel disappeared. And so I thought, okay, today's show is off. Don't need to do it. He's gone. But, you know, he fools us all the time. He does this all the time. And so, like 4 or 5 hours later, he's got another channel back up and talking shit again. So I'm going to bring on, okay, today, because Maggie can't make it, I have a co host. Well, you guys know her. She's Veronica, my agent Veronica, and she's my co-host today. So, hi, Agent Veronica.
Hello, how are you? How's everybody doing?
Yeah, I'm good. Well, I'm good. I never get mad. So it doesn't really affect my day. It just kind of puts a tiny little kink in a whisker. Were I a cat? But the guy is okay. Anybody who doesn't know who we're talking about, well, the title says it all. But Justin McRae, Jeebus, Jesus, Jesus Raw, Justin Raw, Ray McRae, Snowman. He has gone by many names. He keeps doing the hit and run. He's always been really good at doing the hit and run. He'll say something absolutely horrendous to people, and then he'll make a big stink of it. He'll make a video about it, and then after he vents his spleen, he deletes it. So he goes. He's all triggered and stuff by people who don't agree that he's Jesus. So, but anyway, he'll do the hit and run. He'll say something really awful, and then he deletes, then he comes back, and then he deletes it, then he comes back. And he's probably watching right now. I haven't even checked. He says we love those likes. We don't care. It's nice when you like it, but also the dislikes still count in the algorithm. It means we're being watched, and that ain't a bad thing. Yeah, so Veronica, he doesn't leave you alone.
I haven't gotten any comments on my channel, and I just made that video, so I don't understand why he's going to your channel to make comments about my video, but not coming to me directly. What's up
Well,
with that?
I think I'm perhaps, well, prior to this, he wouldn't leave you alone. He was doing all kinds of shit talking about you. But he's commenting on, he is commenting on your channel to me.
He's commenting about my channel, but not on my channel.
Right? Right. Yeah. Well, he's that last one you made, we've been chatting it up. Or does he have you blocked so you can't see him?
He has me blocked, but usually that doesn't affect him from commenting on my videos. It just affects my commenting on his videos. Pretty sure that's how it works, because he has come before. He's had me blocked and he's made a ton of comments, but as soon as he deletes the channel, then they all disappear. So it looks like I'm talking to myself.
Oh, maybe that's why his comments have disappeared from your channel, because we had this lively exchange. And then I don't know, he's made so many comments. I keep getting these notifications that he has commented on something I've commented on.
Wait a minute. I'm confused. So you had a conversation with him on my channel?
In the comments.
Oh, I never got any kind of notification, and I've been checking. I haven't seen them.
And so because I responded to him when he deleted them, that means my comment disappeared too.
Right. Anything in the thread below his comment's going to disappear.
Yeah, but Dang, he's but well. You know what? In a couple of different places, he's all over the place talking about me because I'm safer than you. You are
Right.
way scarier.
And then
I'm just,
closer.
and you're closer. Yeah, and,
Yeah.
she lives right behind him in the yeah.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that freak him out?
I could throw a rock at him if I wanted to.
I know
Stone
you
him.
could swing a cat and hit a McRae. Yeah. But anyway, he's called me a hag, an old hag, an old hag. But Justin, I know you're listening. Justin, that is not a pejorative to a woman who's old enough to truly be an old hag. I own it. I earned it. I put a lot of years into this life, dude. And uh, so thanks, Justin. I own it. In fact, hag is kind of mystical. A hag is a witch. Uh, don't dismiss that either, Justin. Just like fucking with Maggie, should probably be careful.
Yeah, didn't he start with attacks on Maggie in the comments section of your last video?
He did, and he also made a video, and Michael mirrored it. Omni Eris.
Oh yeah, yes.
Mirrored a whole bunch of his videos, and Justin made a video just for me and Maggie saying that we were vile.
Yeah.
Because we think he's a joke. He's okay. So you guys, if you haven't seen it, I made a haiku in the description of the channel, a haiku about Justin. He's ridiculous and pathetic. Yeah. Okay. Just real quick, K Wright Express is in the chat. Cult of Zimosis is in the chat. Lop, I think we said hi to you. Oh, no, Food Forest Permaculture. Holy cow, a new person. Or a sock. Did I say Eileen Ebony? Oh, look. Boy, you guys, thanks for showing up on this dumb surprise show that we weren't going to do, but then, yeah, Lop. Maggie is kind of a witch. Well, we don't want to label people. But you know what? I wouldn't fuck with Maggie. If we weren't friends, I wouldn't mess with her. So Justin should pay attention to my assessment of Maggie. Justin keeps saying that karma is going to get us. He keeps karma's coming for you. Is that word in the Bible, Veronica?
No, in the Bible, you would use the phrase "you reap what you sow," but he likes to throw out their karma, which is not biblical.
Well, isn't that interesting? I always tell him, well, karma just left here. We had lunch, and she's on her way to look for you.
She's a bitch, so look out.
She's a bitch, but Justin has no sense of humor.
Mm-mm.
He has no sense of humor. He cannot process anyone else's conversation or a statement. He's missing something up there that processes human stuff, like having a conversation. He can only talk at stuff. He just talk. The inability to have a conversation, that's suspect. There's something going on wrong up there. Yeah. And today, his latest, he says his job is to correct the Bible.
Oh, was that addressing our comments about him never having been employed?
Well, I think that's part of it.
Because he hasn't said anything in regard to that. So
employment, yeah. And he talked today about people sitting in their air conditioning, working at a job, and he's out in the heat working. Well, dude, I get a paycheck for what I do. Sitting under
I
the
wonder if he even has air conditioning, because it doesn't look like there's any siding or anything on his house whenever he was.
Yeah, it looks like
outside.
It looks like one of those modular houses that you can order. They come in big sections. And they just rivet them together.
And it's probably not even on a foundation. It's just sitting there in the woods.
Sitting there in the woods.
Sitting there in the woods.
Yeah, I know. Is okay. Out of Minds in the chat. Druid Lovers in the chat. Holy cow, you guys, thanks for showing up for this just off the wall bitch fest, because Justin is relentless. He won't shut up. And he was gone for a long time. He was out of everyone's consciousness. We forgot about him. And then all of a sudden, and it happened in January. I know exactly when he showed up again, in January, because he hit everybody at the same time. And Michael, Reemsy, Doc, me. And he hit me on my very, very, very first tryout video when I was just first learning this. And I wrote to Michael, I think I wrote to Doc and to Reemsy. I said, look who's back. And then he was hateful on Michael's stream in his, and so he just showed up and started being pissy with us out of the blue. Everybody forgot about him. And so he was back out of lockup or wherever he was, and he was raging, and he hit us all at the same time. And then Veronica, you were part of the order but he didn't know about you yet.
Right.
So for a minute you escaped, but then you went, hey, what's up, dude? And then, so you came on, and then he zeroed in on YouTube, but then he saw what you looked like. And I'll bet he just got the biggest woody after he saw who you are.
He found out who I was, and he thought he could use some kind of psychology on me to make me feel like I'd been tricked before. You were looking for God. You were just looking in the wrong place, you know?
Oh, ew, 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 that's so creepy. That scrawny little, oh, God. Oh, geez. Yeah, he has little tiny arms. And, yeah, really needs dental work. Boy, I am an old hag. Justin, I am an old hag, and I'll gossip about your ass until you shut up. Leave us alone. All you had to do was not come on the scene again, criticizing and threatening to kill people with your words.
He keeps throwing out there that Omni declared war. Omni wants war, but he's the one who came back on the scene and was calling for Omni's channel to be removed, you know, and started a petition to do that. So he declared war. And every time we try to, you know, just, okay, we're done fighting with you, Justin. We're just going to leave you alone.
Yeah. And then he says, Mommy, yeah. I'm still here, Mommy.
So mad.
Yeah. So he has to.
And what about him, you know, and in lieu of all that, he expects us to forgive him. It's like, well, you guys can't forgive. Should we forgive you calling Reemsy a bad dad, slandering him, and forgive you for telling Doc that his children are going to starve to death, you know, and all the things he said to you and Maggie, me? Really.
I know he just comes on the scene and does this. And if he'll shut up, we'd never mention him. But, you know, I let it go on for a while. Yeah, between times that I've mentioned him, I've let it go on for a while. You know, you can't react to every damn thing. You know, there's other life to live. But then it you know, gets to this tipping point where he said enough. Yeah. We're going to react. You know, the three witches will get together and say, fuck you, you little scrawny jerk.
A witch is coming over here. You better look out. We got the power of 3 here.
The power of 3, and then so what? 10 more?
Yeah, 10-fold.
You don't know if we have 10 more, dude. Well, we probably do. You know, we're the spokespeople for the coven.
Yeah, it's an official meeting of the order.
Yeah. Well, sometimes we call it a board meeting.
Right.
Communing of the elders. Sure, but you know, Justin he won't. I don't know why it's so important to him that we don't agree with them. We're just this small group of people, you know, on this great, big, giant, vast internet, YouTube. we're just this tiny little group of people, and he has absolutely made us targets, and he's zeroed in on us. And he says, "You guys think I'm crazy." Well, dude,
We do.
dude, we don't even have to say it. Watch 10 minutes of your pacing around ravings, and anybody could identify that. A layperson, technically, I'm a layperson, even though I work in part of the psychiatric field. Even a layperson that doesn't even work there can listen to you for 10 minutes and see the crazy eyes and the anyways. And with that being said, dude, you're crazy as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
I said
You need to get some help.
You know what? He turns down help.
And his wife is standing in the background on one of the recent videos, and he's going, "What year was it, honey? What year was it?" And she's answering questions for him.
I know she's like the stage director. I think a lot of times she's in the background listening to his ravings. Oh, Cassandra, get on camera, blink twice if you're being held hostage. We'll help you, sweetheart. Yeah. So
I have a car now. Why don't you leave?
I don't know if it's Stockholm Syndrome. Well, of course it is. They were very, very, very young. I guess they've been together 20 years. And so, boy, I wonder where her mind is with this guy.
He's much better off mentally than he is.
Well, we don't know. We've never really heard her.
Right.
We don't know.
I mean, I have looked at her Facebook page, and she's not right either. I mean, as far as like conspiracy theories, and she's out there. She's out there.
Okay.
She was. I'm going to give myself up here. Yeah, I have been looking at your page, Cassandra. This was a little while ago.
Oh,
she got thrown out of the Salvation Army. One of those Salvation Army stores. It was her favorite store too, according to her posts, because she refused to wear a mask, and she wouldn't let it go. When someone else came in the store and have a mask, and the clerk asked them about wearing a mask, she went over and said, "You don't need to wear a mask. You don't have to wear a mask." So they called the police on her and threw her out and banned her for life. So she was all upset about that.
Okay, staunch citizen. But you know what? When we do people on Facebook, we all look at their photos. We look at their friends list. Mostly, I love to look at people's photos and stuff. And so everybody does that to everybody. So that's okay. Veronica, you were a stalker. I agree. But then so am I. I look at everybody's and
certain people you check in on once in a while because they're entertaining, or maybe just want to know what's going on in their life.
Yeah, because your Facebook feeds are wonky. You can only have so many people fed to your whatever that is, your page. And so you have to go in and manually choose the people whose streams you want to see. I find that very controlling of the Facebook guy, the multi-billionaire.
I don't understand that. Why do you have like 1,000 friends, but you only see 15 different people?
15. I want to see what everybody's doing. If I made friends with them, I want to see their shit. What a chore. I'm too freaking busy to go through Facebook and look people up so I can see what they're posting. Come on, Facebook guys. If you're listening, change that up, you control freak, you megalomaniac freak.
Maybe there's someone out there we have some things in common with, but we never get to see their posts.
Unless you say specifically follow, and they only allow you so many. There's a limit. What kind of dumb rules are that? That's like religion. Yeah, there are all the rules and restrictions and guidelines and stuff. Facebook, I just blew your cover. Yeah. Okay. So we're 22 minutes into it. Okay. They're really, we've said everything there is to say about Justin. You guys, thank you so much for hanging out with our gossip, because you just have to respond sometimes to crazy people who stalk you and won't leave you alone. So at one point, as childish, I am just catering to my inner 2-year-old, responding to this clown. Huh, Veronica? This is not.
I was just wondering what kind of things he was saying, that the conversation you had on my video, because I haven't got an answer about his prophecies yet. Did he say?
Okay, it had nothing to do with that. It was mostly putting me down for being your friend.
Wow.
Yeah,
So he
anybody.
went in and attacked you. He didn't really. Okay. What a jerk.
Well, yeah, because you're scarier. Said that before. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna take off. Okay. Maggie couldn't be here. Our love to Maggie. I'll see you on Sunday, Maggie, if you're watching. I think she said she was going to be watching, but she just couldn't come on because she had stuff to do. Veronica, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm hoping. Well, no, it's a hoot to hang out with you. But maybe we won't have to do these off the wall reaction shows too often. Well, hell, bring it, Justin. Bring it.
Maybe one day he'll join us. Yeah, right.
That little wuss. I've Justin here again. This is probably the 5th or 6th time I've said, Justin, come on with us. If you can have a real conversation. Yeah, you're afraid of 2 women. You sure did a big old rabid reaction to the 3 of us before. Are you afraid or what? You can't have a conversation? We would go easy on you, sweetheart. We'll give you the soft chair. We'll make you a sandwich, and you can just sit down and talk to us. Okay, Justin?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so there's a really big ass invitation. Okay, Veronica, dear, I'm going to end the broadcast, and thanks again, and I hope you have a good week.
You too.
Thanks. Bye.